Good morning and welcome back to another edition of Fatherosophy. We're going to be looking at some interesting things today. Today, if it had a little message, it'd be, what are you geared for? That might be the title. So, driving along with my boys, and we're on the interstate, of course, and I'm in my truck. I drive a F-350 dually, so it's kind of a little monster truck. And a car passes us, this little red Corvette, screaming by us like 90 miles an hour. My boy goes, wow, that car must be way stronger than this one. And I think to myself, that's interesting. I wonder how many people, how many dads see other people and see other dads, see other families and think, God, they must be just way better than me, way stronger than me. I can definitely tell by how they're moving. So when it comes down to strength and like your success and what you're doing, you got to measure that a little bit differently. So that little red Corvette is awesome, but it can carry like 500 pounds and it can move it really fast. And my truck can carry 25,000 pounds. Not as fast, but at a reasonable speed for sure. So if you're a dad and you're seeing other families and other kids and other people around you thinking, man, they're in better shape, and they got a business, they got more money, they got it really going on, and I'm kind of here in my big old clunky truck just kind of slowly moving along, you got to consider the weight that they're pulling. So I know a lot of guys who are in great shape but have a garbage marriage, or they're divorced, or they have no kids, or they're hitting the gym every day but they're a single guy living in a little apartment downtown and they're all alone. Or people that have a business and they're at their business all the time running it and they're just crushing it, making lots of money, but their wife's about to leave them and their kids don't even know who they are. And you may think that you see them at this moment where they're moving fast in a certain area of life, and you end up comparing your insides with how you feel to their outsides in that one moment. So if you see a guy who's in great shape and you think, man, he must really have it going on, you don't know all the things behind the scenes that are really slowing him down, and that might be his only successful moment of the day. So you can't make that comparison without having all the facts and all the details. And so I was considering, what are you geared for? What am I geared for? So in my world, carrying the weight of 3 boys and a family and working and like making dinner, that is an issue. It's a deal. You got to get prepared for that. You got to be prepared. So as I'm looking at all the different things, we started looking at things in the garage. What has gears? What can go fast? What goes slow? So, well, my bicycle has gears. It's got 21 speed, all these gears and stuff, but it can pull like no weight, just me, and it requires a good amount of balance to make that happen. That little sports car, 6-speed automatic, or maybe manual transmission. They're really getting into it. So 6 gears, that's great. And that thing can go probably 40 or 50 miles an hour just in first gear because there's no weight, there's no pressure on that. There's not pulling any stress or strain. Now my truck, however, can get to 35 miles an hour, and I'm in 8th gear. I only have 2 gears left to even get any speed going, but I'm in the 8th gear going 35 miles an hour. What does that mean? It just means my truck is geared a lot differently to carry weight and to pull stress and strain. So whatever I drop in the bed of that truck or whatever I hook up to pull, I can pull it. I move a little bit slower, and my steps got to be a little bit more calculated because it's a big, long truck. But I know that whatever I put my mind to move in that truck, we can move. And the same is true in life. So as you're going through your days, you got to know, what are you geared for? Are you geared for speed? Are you geared for getting somewhere quick and fast and just leave everybody in the dust and you're solo, one-man show, the alpha wolf, you're on the run and you got it. And that may be great for a time. But when you turn into a family man, when you have kids depending on you and when you're a dad, your fatherosophy kind of has to change. And so all that slows down. You get geared a little bit differently. You move a little slower because you're carrying the weight, kids on your back and sports and school and games and wife and food and health and moving all that in the same direction at the same time. And so what I want you to consider today is, don't compare your insides with someone else's outsides. Just focus on what you're geared for and your specific task in your family. And that'll help you go a little bit further and a little bit longer today. Look forward to seeing you back here next. Let's see, it'll be, tomorrow. We'll be back in action. So we'll see you soon. Thanks.